Good evening, students. This is Rakhi Narayan, and today I am going to solve some problems from Exponents and Powers chapter 11 from the NCERT mathematics textbook of class 7th. Okay, so in the previous class, we solved some questions. Question number 3 from exercise 11.1. Today, we will be solving question number 4. Okay, let me just read the question for you. So the question is, identify the greater number wherever possible in each of the following. So here in this question you have to identify which is the greater number. So in some of the questions maybe you will not be able to solve the question, so you just have to apply your mind and then you can get to the answer. Okay, so the first question is 4 to the power 3, or you can say 4 raised to the power 3, or 3 raised to the power 4. So which one is greater? Okay, I'll explain you how to find out. Here in this question I have solved 4 to the power 3 or 3 to the power 4. 4 to the power 3 is equal to 4 into 4 into 4. So you can multiply 4 3 times because the power is 3, which will come to 64. Okay, and the next number is, the other number is 3 raised to the power 4, which you will write as equal to 3 into 3 into 3 into 3. 3 multiplied 3 you have to multiply 4 times, which will come to 81. So since we see 81 is greater than 64, here I have written since. So you have to write since 81 is greater than 64. Therefore, because this is greater, so definitely this will be greater. If this is lesser, definitely this is lesser. So if this is greater, it means 3 to the power 4 is greater than 4 to the power 3. Right? Okay. So let's move on to the second question, which is 5 to the power 3 or 3 to the power 5. So here again we'll see the solution. 5 to the power 3 you will write as equal to 5 into 5 into 5. It means 5 will be multiplied 3 times, which will come to 125. And 3 to the power 5 you will multiply 3 5 times, which will come to 243. Okay, since 243 is greater than 125, here I have written since 243 greater than 125. If this is greater, definitely this will be greater. So that's why I have written 3 to the power 5 is greater than 5 to the power 3. Because this is greater than this will be also greater than this. Okay. Now the third question. The third question is 2 raised to the power 8 or 8 raised to the power 2. Which is greater? Okay. Let's see the solution here. 2 to the power 8 or 8 to the power 2. 2 to the power 8 means we will multiply 2 8 times. 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. So if you multiply 2 8 times on the rough paper, you will get the answer 256. See, I have done the multiplication here. See, I have done the multiplication. If you multiply 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16, 16 2s are 32, 32 2s are 64. And then see, you can see 64 2s are 128 and 128 2s are 256. So you will get to the answer 256. And the other number is 8 raised to the power 2, which you will multiply, where you will multiply 8 2 times. 8 into 8, which will come to 8 8s are 64. So since 64, what do you see? 256 is greater than 64. So that's why if 256 is greater, 2 raised to the power 8 will be greater than 8 raised to the power 2. Okay. Let's move on to the next question. Give me a moment. Yes. So the next question is, and one more thing I would like to tell you, that when you are reading these numbers with the power, you can read like this. Just give me a moment. I'll show you in the textbook where is it written. So if you have to read, you can either read as uh, the base, because one is base and the other is power, or you can call it exponent. So you can say a raised to the power 2. If it is a to the power 2, you can read it as a raised to the power 2, or you can read it as this one. See, a to the power 4, which you can read as a raised to the power 4, or fourth power of third power of a, here fourth power of a, but normally we read it as a raised to the power 4, a raised to the power 3, a raised to the power 2, right? So this is the way you have to read these expressions. Okay, let's move on to the next question, which is little difficult, because in exam it will be difficult for you to solve this kind of question. In question number 4, it is 100 raised to the power 2 or 2 raised to the power 100. So let's see the solution here. Oh, just give me a moment. I'll just make it clear for you. Okay, so 100 raised to the power 2, it means you have to multiply 100 2 times. 100 into 100, which will be 10,000. How many zeros are there? In simple way, I would like to tell you, you just have to multiply 1 by 1, which will be 1 ones are 1. And how many zeros? You just have to count. Total 4 zeros. So you will put 4 zeros. So total 100 multiplied by 100 will be 10,000. Now this is the difficult one. 2 raised to the power 100. Do you think it is easy for us to multiply 200 times? In exam, you will not have that much time and you have to find out the easier method. So let's see, if you multiply 2 by 2 by 2 by 200 times. So it will take a lot of time for you to get to the answer. So in this kind of question, if to get to the answer, you just have to simplify it. Like, see, I have done 2 to the power 100. If you simplify, you can write this 2 base here and you just split this 100. You can write 10 inside the bracket and 10 outside the bracket. See, I'll show you. Maybe it's not clear here, but I'll show you. You can write like this, 2 to the power 10 and see, like this. Because there is a cut, maybe you will not understand what is written. It is 10 and this is also 10. So I have written it clearly here. Okay, this one. All right, so I have written here 2 to the power 10 inside the bracket and then 10. So if you split 100, you can write 10 and 10, because when the exponents are there, you can multiply this inside number and the outside power also. 10 multiplied by 10 will be 100. Either you can write 2 into 50, that will also come to 100. So I would like to tell you one formula. If you have this a to the power m and outside the bracket there is n power. So here in this power and exponent chapter, you should know the power inside and the power outside will be multiplied. So on the same, on the basis of this formula I have done here. I have split it because the outside power and the inside power can be multiplied together, which will come to 100. So 100 I have split as 10 and then 10. 10 tens are 100. So now if you multiply 2 10 times, 2 how many times? 10 times. Like, see, in the next question I have done it. 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 10 times, you will get to the answer 1024. It means if you multiply 2 10 times this number, if you solve this number, this one 2 to the power 10, it means 2 will be multiplied 10 times like this. See, 2 to the power 10, you will come to 1024. So that's why I have written 2 to the power 10 is equal to 1024. Understood? 2 to the, again I'm repeating, 2 to the power 10 will be 1024. If you multiply 2 10 times, 1024 will come. And the outside power is 10. Now we have to find out 1024 raised to the power 10 is greater, or this one 10,000 is greater. You can see 100 to the power 2, you have got this answer. 100 is a 3-digit number. And if you multiplied 100 2 times, you have got 10,000, right? And this is a 4-digit number. 1024 is a 4-digit number, and if you are multiplying 4-digit number 10 times, so it's quite natural the answer will be more, because you can see this is a 3-digit number and this is a 4-digit number. If you square 3-digit number, definitely that will be lesser because it's 3-digit number, so 100 into 100, and it's a 4-digit number, 1024 into 1024, and that too you are multiplying 10 times, so it's quite natural we can assume this will be greater than 10,000, because if you multiply this 1024 10 times 4-digit number, definitely that will be greater than this. That's why I have written, since 1024 to the power 10, when you simplified 2 to the power 100, we have got this answer, right? So that's why I have written 1024 to the power 10 is greater than 10,000. Since this is the statement we have got here, therefore if this is greater, definitely this will be greater. 2 raised to the power 100 will be greater than 100 raised to the power 2. So this kind of question you should practice more and more, because in exam we get confused with this kind of question. So I would suggest all my students to practice this question more and more, so that you will not get confused and you will not waste time in your exam. Your final exams are near, so practice more and more. Let's practice the last question here in this. The question is 2 to the power, just give me a moment, 2 to the power 10 or 10 to the power 2. So this is little easier. I have solved this for you here on the paper. Yes. So if you multiply 2 raised to the power 10 times, you will get 1024. See, I have solved here. You can see I have solved here. Okay. So 1024 you will get the answer. And if you multiply 10 to the power 2, 10 two times. So what you have to understand, if the power is 2, you have to multiply that number 2 times. If the power is 3, you have to multiply that number 3 times. Here the power is 2, we have multiplied this base number 2 times, which comes to 100. If 10, you can see this 1024 is greater than 100. So therefore, definitely if this is greater, this will be greater than this. So therefore, I have written 2 to the power 10. 2 to the power 10 is greater than 10 to the power 2. So this is what you have to do in this question. And that's all for the day. All the best for your final exams. Thank you.